Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be continuing to work on my panel that I made for the back there, mounting the crossovers and getting some more wire kind of running, have the whole board pretty much pre-wired to final install, so everything kind of just plug and play to it. Don't need to take it in and out many more times. So I'm on my way to Home Depot, sitting in some traffic right now, but I want to do a couple other things on the board. I got a LED control module. I think I showed y'all in a video one or two videos ago, and I'm gonna end up trying to put that on the board. But let me run to Home Depot, get some stuff taken care of, pick up some parts, and I'll catch up with y'all. All right, so I just got back from Home Depot and went and had to grab myself some coffee. But today I really want to knock out the rest of that panel. I want to get some more fiberglass on the box so it's a little bit more structurally sound in some places. Some spots feel a little thin. Just don't need it breaking or doing nothing stupid. I also have the lines running for both of my amps. I have to get them terminated and run. I have two runs that are going to be long enough to run out to the distribution block and run back to where the amp's going to need to have them. So I'm going to get those lines made. I'll get those kind of placed. Once I get the crossovers, which I went and got the longer screws, so you guys can see they go all the way through now. So I'll mount those to the board. And I also got this guy to mount. It's a not audio control, I'm sorry. This is a Diamore Engineering DIY LED board. I think I talked about it a couple videos ago, but either way, super cool piece. It lets you control a bunch of LEDs and make them go off the output of the amplifier and all sorts of stuff. It's kind of cool. So I'll have to figure out what I want to do with that, but I definitely want to get that in the car and mounted, so when I am ready to use it, it's just there and ready to go. So let me go. I'm going to go ahead and start probably making these lines. Get them placed, and then I'll have to finalize the board and get the board in for pretty much hopefully the last time, and do a lot of the pre-wiring and some other mess. But let me get after it, and I'll show you guys what I get. So those are heat shrinked, ready to go. Gotta wipe them off. There's a little bit of soot from the lighter. I have a heat gun somewhere. I just can't seem to find it. So that'll work just as good if you don't have one. Just any kind of direct heat, those will make those shrink down. But they look good. Just have to wipe them off and get them pretty much running the car when the board's done. So let's jump on that. All right, so I got the crossovers mounted. Those are evenly spaced out. Measured them, leveled them. They're all good. And then I have the DIY LED board mounted up here. I used some like plastic rubber like standoffs that I got on Amazon. Screwed through the back with some plastic bolts as well that came with the kit. The rest is just screwed in to the board. So now I'm going to have to cut out the holes that I'll have pre-cut here and just kind of covered. And I'm going to start pre-wiring all this stuff so I can install it and pretty much have it ready to be plug and play when I need it. Alright, so here's where I'm at. I got the crossovers wired in. These runs wired in. I have the RCAs plugged into the converter. This crossover wired as well. Right now I'm working on putting the ground wire into the car. It's going to go right down to that stud there. I still have to scrape a little bit more stuff off to get to bare metal. But that'll be a good ground. Run that up with the rest of the wires. It'll run up behind the back of this panel and drop down in like a slit that I cut like right here. You'll never see it. And it'll just drop right down and fall right into these spots. Be super clean. You'll never notice. Alright, so I got it all in the car. It's about halfway pre-wired. I got the crossovers like you guys saw. That's down there. Have the inputs for the audio control. I don't have the power and stuff yet. I don't have the right color wires. I was going to make that, red, black, blue for the turn on and everything like that. This board is mounted. It's up away from the board just so it's secured. And that's about how I think it's going to be going. I like it. Oh, and then that's how I'm doing the ground. You see how it just drops down there? I'm gonna have to terminate it here and run it to one of these, but it's just gonna fall down just like that. You won't even see it. All right, so here's where I'm at for probably today. Both crossovers wired in. The DIY board, the LED board, that's mounted and all spaced off correctly. Let me see if I can get rid of the glare if you can see it. The screw piece is up on there. It's a little standoff here. Let me see if I can get a better way without the glare there. So that will show you how that's kind of stood off there. Got my grounds coming down from the top, going right under the carpet there. Then you got the two diving into the board, two coming up from the bottom, from the battery and capacitor in the back. And that's pretty much what the whole panel looks like. Around back, as for now, I have a mile of extra RCAs just because that's what I had. I can probably get a 6-foot RCA and be just fine. I got both runs from the fuse block to what's going to go to either amp. Back over here, I did run the ground for the battery on this side under the floor here, main ground for the car, or for the stereo rather. On this side I need another black 0 gauge wire roll. I ran out of wire today, so I need to run another ground there, then the 2 grounds from the block on the other side there to the 2 amp runs here. Other than that, I got to wire in the DIY board up there, make that work, get the wires done for that. I need to run 11 grounds or so to it for the LEDs and wire them all into the LEDs when I do that part of this. So that's gonna be pretty in depth, but that's pretty much what I got for the back of the box here. And I'll slide it in a second and kind of show you again what it looks like with everything kind of laid out and run the way it is. All right, box is in. Still space for the battery over there, or the cap rather. Battery over here, ground for that. Amp runs, RCAs, and then this is the run to the audio control. This is the signal inputs. I'll have to do the two of the same, the 2 pairs out of here that I did on the other side, and run one from that speaker there, positive, negative, and then one from the doors as well. So I give it the sub signal because that's technically the factory subwoofer, and then give it the signal for the doors so it has that full range, so I can use the audio control, the LC2i, to run my bass amp and my JP84. I think I'm about done for the day. If you guys enjoyed this, let me know. Like, subscribe. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I'll get back with you or answer them in the next video. But that should be it. So, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.